Welcome back to another update on the Lexington. Got a little bit of work done. We got some good news and some bad news from the doctor. Good news is that my CT scan is clear. Bad news is the bone scan that they did wasn't clear. So, let round 2 begin. Round 3 begin. It's going to be fun. All you can do is trust in the man above that he'll keep a watch over us and keep it at bay for as long as possible, because bone cancer isn't curable. Well, the Lord can cure it, but maybe that's not what he wants. Who knows? So we'll just plug away every day like we normally do. That's all one can do. And keep praying. That's it. All right. Well, we got a bit of a mess going on here, but we got the cells lighted, both of them put together. I think the seam work is done. It feels pretty good. We'll know when we put some primer on it. The end caps are kind of wonky because they're not glued in yet. They're just in there because of the wiring. The front housings are glued in though. They're not going nowhere. We used our Gorilla Glue and glued them inside the tubes after we modified both. You have to cut the ribs off the front of the model kit. Then you have to cut the collars off on the back here before you put on your resin parts. So we just took our razor saw, chopped them off, and we were good to go. The lighted end caps here was an afterthought. After I had these front nacelles on, I thought, boy, wouldn't it be cool to light these little balls up? And these end caps, as you can see, are solid resin, so I had to carefully drill into the back. Started with a small pilot hole. I kind of eyeballed the depth so I wouldn't break through the ball. I took a drill bit and I taped it so it wouldn't go too far. Obviously you tape it on the drill bit to where you don't go past the tape, and you should be okay. So I was just eyeballing. I was just guessing. I had no clue how far to drill in. So we started with some pilot holes, and we ended up a hole big enough for a 3mm LED to go into, slide into. So that's why we have 4 wires instead of 2. If I would have put some thought behind this, some planning, I have 2 wires coming out, but I would have tapped this into this, and but I didn't. So this was an afterthought, so now we got 4 wires coming out of the bottom instead of 2. But when you put power on, these balls light up, which is kind of cool. Actually, the whole thing lights up, but these will be painted, and the only thing that will light up are the balls here coming out of the engine. And I can kind of show you. Let me see here. I can figure out which is which here. Let's see. I believe that. Let me pull on the wire. Okay, these are right here. I can show you. Kind of sort of show you. You're not going to see it that well with the lights on, but you can kind of get an idea of it goes there. You can kind of see that, or maybe you can't see it. There we go. You can kind of see it lit up. You get the idea. I'll show it to you again, obviously, when it's all put together and painted and everything. But I think it'll look pretty cool. Kind of has that orangish kind of look to it due to the resin. We'll just mask off the ball with some liquid mask and paint the rest. So anyway, so we got both nacelles done. We start to put all of our coolers on and everything. But we got the electronics done. That's what I'm going to do with the nacelles. I know some guys run blue lights inside here. I light this up, but yeah, to each his own. I'm not going to do that. because I don't think it was ever depicted with these being lights. I mean, they were always just grills, you know. And even though we're not building the Enterprise, I just, I don't know. I just never liked the blue lights all that well inside here. At least not on this ship. Well, this ship looks pretty cool. But on the older ships, I think it just should be as they were depicted with nothing in here but a grill. And we're going to do the same thing. So that's the nacelles. And they're both rigged up the same way. We've got this one here with the secondary because I'm test fitting the pylon into the secondary. We got a bit of a problem. So we have some back and forth play between the piece here. It's not a tight fit. So to get that tight fit, I took the back side of the tab here. There we go. Took the back side of the tab here, and I added 2 strips in the back. These are 1mm strips to take up that slack. These are real thin 1mm strips. I'll show you this is what I'm using. And now with just on the back side of the tab, this slides. It's a nice tight fit, but that's what I want. Yeah, it's a real tight fit actually, that's what I want. Because before I could slide this back and forth and I didn't want that. So we can adjust the tightness just by taking our sanding stick and filing a little bit on these pieces that I added on the back side. The shims. Basically it's a shim is what I'm doing. So, but I like that much better. Gives me a much tighter fit, more secure fit. I don't know about the other one yet. It might need shims too. If it does, we'll use those 1mm styrene strips. If not, we'll just slide it in here and glue it in place. But yeah, once we get these glued in place, then I'll glue the end caps. I'll position them as they should be. Then we'll start adding our coolers and stuff, the fins, and basically putting the nacelle together. And then once we get everything on here, we can mask and paint, start actually painting everything. But yeah, I just wanted to do a quick test fit. I'm glad I did. So we've got, we're in the process of doing that right now. So we got wires everywhere, but that's the way it is. We'll get all that wiring straightened out when we go to get everything together. Alright guys, that's where I'm at on the Lexington. We're just going to keep plugging away. Okay, that's it. Take care. We'll see you.